when he says that I'm trying to get in touch with Prime Minister Modi, we should basically stick to this position that we are not going to talk to you till you prove to us that you've dismantled all your terror organizations. And what is it that we're ever going to believe? What Imran Khan says, Ambassador?
Well, Pakistan's policy towards India has not changed and is not likely to change so easily. A leopard doesn't change its spots. The terror outfits have been cultivated by the Pakistan army as its proxy to hurt India, to attack India. They have been used by the Pakistan army. But they have also been attacking other countries. They have hurt the interests of other countries. And very significantly, they have started hurting Pakistan itself in a very big manner. It is well known how much Pakistan is suffering on account of its home-bred terrorism. The old analogy is very true. If you breed snakes to hurt somebody else, to bite somebody else, the snake could bite you too. And that's what's happening. Pakistan has to undergo a change of heart. Now, that is not going to happen so easily. International pressure on Pakistan is necessary to be built up through organs like the Financial Action Task Force, through the UN Security Council, and other such organizations. Now, for instance, the UN Security Council banned Jaish-e-Mohammed. But Jaish-e-Mohammed is already a banned organization since 2002. It only changes names. It becomes the Tehreek-e-Furqan or Khuddam-e-Islam and so on and so forth. Now, the ban has to be on people who make up these organizations. And that is why it is significant that we are now trying to see moves towards banning Maulana Masood Azhar and his coterie.
But General Malik,
unless
General Malik, who better than you?
These people,
who better than you, General Malik?
Down on the organization doesn't help. The organization becomes something else.
General Malik, who better than you to answer this question? For all the talk of killing terror, crushing terror, and let us not have any talks with Pakistan, isn't the real problem, both maybe for Imran Khan, who was till the other day a puppet of the Pakistani army, and for India, there is a Pakistani army which has been using these terrorists in the garb of these non-state actors, sir. Then how are we ever going to crush terror?
No, there is no doubt. The pressure is today not on Imran Khan per se. It is through Imran Khan on the Pakistan army. And I don't believe that something that they have been practicing for so many decades and they have been quite successful in that, they are going to change because of the international pressure. We've always had international opinion with us. But the fact is that till now, international support to us and international pressure on Pakistan has not achieved any purpose for us. And that is why we were forced to undertake the kind of strike that we did on 26th of February. So for anybody to believe that international pressure alone is going to work in this situation, I don't believe that. I think we will have to do both the action, the diplomacy as well as the military action, and of course, as somebody else said, on the economic pressure. It has to be an integrated activity which will have to carry on as long as the terrorists in Pakistan intend doing any damage to us.
Well, there's
or they carry out another strike against us.
There's an important press conference which we're showing live pictures. Two union ministers, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley and Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, both of them said to be addressing this press conference. What we'll do is that maybe our producers can listen to them, and the moment they start talking about anything related to Pakistan, we'll try and cut to them. Let me just bring in Sambit Patra for a moment. Let me just get this clear before we go to the press conference, Sambit. Is there a policy decision which has been taken? Imran Khan, while he was speaking in Parliament today, made it clear. He says, in his worldview, there can't be any talks because India is headed towards an election. Is there any such decision which has been taken, Sambit Patra?
See, first and foremost, one thing has to be clear over here. I, as a spokesperson of a political party of which the government is present in the center, I would not be privy to any policy decisions or discussions taking place inside the close quarters of high echelons of the government.
But what would you believe? But what would you believe, Sambit Patra? What would you believe? Do you support talks at this time? Are talks possible, sir?
I'll answer that. So there is something called as commonsensical belief. Let me tell you, it took 70 years for India to ultimately realize that the snake is Pakistan. Pakistan is the one which not just hisses but it bites as well. It's the cobra. So it will take, I believe, equal number of years if we really want to believe that Pakistan really stands with India, wants to fight terrorism. All the hurt that it has given us, all the dirt that it has given us is not going to be wiped away just tomorrow morning or by a few debates or by a few statements by some of their leaders. We have to understand one thing as to why Pakistan is behaving this way. Remember when Khyber, though this is blasphemy when I have such, we have the august presence of the topmost experts of the country today, but still I would try to trespass into that zone. Now we have to understand that Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is the home of Imran Khan. When you heard the home of Imran Khan, it's but natural we heard through your channels that inside the Senate of Parliament of Pakistan, there was sloganeering, Murdabad Imran Khan, hi hi. So whatever Imran Khan, whatever the Pakistani army today is doing, most of it is for domestic consumption. The F-60 was sent across the border just for domestic consumption, not for escalation, because as rightly pointed out by one of the experts, Pakistan cannot bear the cost of escalation. It was just for the home consumption to stop this sloganeering on the streets of Pakistan ki army hai hai, Pakistan ka Pradhan Mantri hai hai.
So-
And then they realized that if, Khuda na khasta, if the Indian government takes up the escalation, what happens to us? And that is the reason as to why the second begging bowl, that hum to shanti priya log hain, hum baat karna chahte hain. This is repositioning in the global arena where they have been cornered. This is a trial to reposition, not exact repositioning, because
So-
as rightly suggested, a leopard will never change its spot.
So therefore, the broad consensus that I get from all of you, and Marshal Ahluwalia, let me put that question to you. The broad consensus, Marshal Ahluwalia, I get from this panel is this: talks with Pakistan not possible at this stage. Is that the way to read the situation?
Talks with Pakistan will only be possible if they show us a discernible action in dismantling their terrorist outfits like JEM and Lashkar-e-Toiba, given whatever name they want. So unless that happens, there obviously will be no talks. Returning a pilot who was shot down at the LOC is not an answer. It is just a safe-facing formula for them. But please remember, Pakistan is in dire states. They're heading towards disaster. They're taking the begging bowl to all the Islamic countries like Saudi, etc. But at the same time, they're fishing in troubled waters like Iran. And Iran, they're going into Iran with terrorism, proxy war, because of Saudi.
Okay.
They're doing that in Afghanistan, and now India, of course, has always been a problem.
Okay.
So they are going to cut their own feet sooner rather than later.
All right.
And when their resources are diminishing by the day, their attitude towards India will also diminish.
Okay.
So what we have to do is we have to be resolute. We have to make sure that they understand that we will hit them. We will hit them hard in case they continue with this proxy war business.
Okay.
And that is what is going to bring them on their knees. Because half of it, they're doing it themselves. Misgovernance, economic disaster, no political will, and total dissension amongst the various sects that you've got in Pakistan.
General Malik,
So they're
final
going to
question
cut
then
their
to
own
you.
field very shortly.
General Malik.
We've got to be resolute.
General Malik, final question then to you, sir. We got to be resolute. I take that point. But can Imran Khan walk out of this entire crisis with his head held high? Is there anything called a moral victory between India and Pakistan? Is there anything called moral victory just because he got one pilot and he's releasing this pilot and positioning himself as the messiah of peace?
I don't think so. Because just by releasing Wing Commander Abhinandan, he cannot be called a messiah. Well, it's a gesture which we welcome, but we know why he had to take that decision, and he couldn't have kept him for long. It was against Geneva Convention, and there was so much of political pressure on him. But any more action by the terrorists in our country anywhere, not only we will come down hard on them, and we should come down hard on them, but I think the international community also, it's going to be a little more difficult for them now to play their strategic asset against us.
Okay. On that note,
And that is why
Yeah.
I think we should remain prepared in case they try to use it. We should be prepared to go against them.
all right, gentlemen, always a great pleasure listening to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us in this edition of Viewpoint. The answer to the question that we had raised at the beginning of the program is clear. There is absolutely no scope and none whatsoever for any kind of a dialogue with Pakistan. Just by releasing our wing commander, Imran Khan cannot claim, he cannot stake his claim as some messiah of peace. We want demonstrable action. How do we quantify demonstrable action? What is it that we are ever going to believe that Pakistan offers us? I think is a matter which will certainly be debated for many, many more years to come. Let's step into a short break. On the other side, we'll bring you up to speed with that press conference which is being addressed by Arun Jaitley and Ravi Shankar Prasad.